Hello, friends. Welcome back to Saturday Evenings Posted Mostly Presents. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we are experiencing, um, but we are here.
Yes, we
Hey,
are.
hey, Chris in the 386. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I I had a computer update yesterday, and as we all know, whenever I have a computer update, this whole system starts being malfunctiony.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on. I can only hear Discord. I can't hear Streamlabs. So I'm gonna have to figure it out at a later date. However, today's show is brought to you in association with Hidden Leaf and Sky Mall VA. Great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research. By which I mean I was really high when I did my biased research. We're also brought to you in association with Kush Gang Snacks, findable on Instagram at KG Snacks 434 and available at Sky Mall VA Smoking Lounge. Also, uh, Dope Ash Drinkables, available at Sky Mall VA Smoking Lounge and Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z. Findable on Instagram at Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z. Note of disclaimer, we will be expressing opinions throughout the show today. Those opinions belong to us, the and or the expressor of the opinion, and or the channel and or parent company, but not necessarily any of our advertisers, including Sky Mall VA, Hidden Leaf, Kush Gang Snacks, Dope Ash Drinkables, and Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z. All right. Well, uh, so there's been, I think, really one thing sort of dominating the news this week, and that has been the wildfires in Canada. Canada,
Yeah.
Canada is burning, and it smells like plastic.
Plastic with hints of maple syrup.
hmm Yesterday around here, the air quality was awful.
Abysmal.
Just,
It
just,
ain't too good today either.
you know, it's better today. It's a lot better today.
It is better than yesterday, but that does not make it good.
Oh, that's something else. No, it does not make it good. Definitely be careful out there if you have lung and heart conditions, and in general. Um, so it is.
I moved to this apartment because it was a non-smoking apartment, and then they pull this shit.
mm, there's nowhere that is non-smoking right now. Um,
No.
yeah,
Either indirectly with smoke from Canada or directly with the heat that is already here.
right. Um, so the wildfires seem to be based. The worst of it seems to be based around Ontario,
Mm-hmm.
which is, just north and west of the Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
Which on some level means that at least there's a little bit of a fire break between them and us.
This is true.
Hey, I, I thought about the wildfires in Canada and how this didn't used to happen, and then I realized It's just payback from the 80s for all the acid rain we sent up their way.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
probably. So okay, so here's the thing about wildfires is that it's not that they didn't used to happen. It's
Not
that
this big.
well, not not since we've colonized the area. And also, yeah, not this big because when wildfires used to happen, they used to, manage the underbrush. But because we've been suppressing fires for so long,
Mm-hmm.
we've been creating this ideal situation for massive wildfires to break out. Instead
Yeah.
of, using prescribed burns and carefully managing, allowing fire to happen, but carefully managing where we let it happen and when we let it happen. Now we're literally trying to put out fires as they happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was just speaking about within our lifetime. I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
speaking about the ecological fire management impact.
Eventually I'm going to get to the ecological fire impact. I'm going to get to the climate change of it all.
Well, the thing is, in our lifetime, I was also speaking about climate change because it didn't happen earlier in our lifetime
If that is true.
because we didn't have such high heat, such strong dry spells, and that sort of thing. I mean, yes, we get some massive downpours and some really cold ass weather, but
Not like
there's
we not like we used to.
no we, those Arctic those Arctic
Polar
swirls, blasts, polar
vortex.
vortexes. There we go. Those are kind of new, and they drop us a lot lower than what we used to regularly get for a little bit longer. But overall, we don't stay as cold as long.
Or as wet. We don't stay as cold or as wet for as long. And that is the more short term uh, climate change stuff. And you're right. In our lifetime, we did not see these kinds of things quite as much, near as much. I'm not going to say we didn't see wildfires in our lifetime. It was just not like, it wasn't like this. It wasn't every year. It wasn't
There wasn't smoke all the
massive.
way down to Georgia from Canada.
Right. Um,
I don't suppose the Australians sent them a gift of trees too, did they?
not yet.
What, the hand grenades known as eucalyptus trees?
I mean, that's the reason California's got its issues.
It's not the only reason.
No,
No,
but
but it is a major contributing factor.
yes.
Yeah. Um, I think it's a little too cold for eucalyptus up there.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know, give it
think it
2 years.
is.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
In
I
a
would
few
think it
more
is, but
years, we'll be in the tropical zone.
we're not already.
I mean, it feels like it.
I don't know. I think we're in a fight between tropical and desert because we're getting armadillos in the region.
We've had armadillos. We've had porcupines. No one's ever seen the things except for me, apparently, but we've had porcupines here.
I know we've had porcupines. I've had dogs get attacked. I say get attacked, but no, the dog did the attacking.
Nah, you had a
Get
dog that was repelled by
retaliated
porcupines.
upon.
Well, the other thing that's been dominating the news is the draining of the reflecting pool
Oh, have they
and what
been
they found in it.
have they been draining the reflecting pool? What did they find in it?
Tire
Tire
track.
tracks.
From where they drove through the through the pool.
Yep.
There's no 300-foot or 300-yard long cut. No evidence of such vicious and vile vandalism.
Of course not. We know that the vandalism wasn't real.
No.
Oh yeah.
There was vicious and vile vandalism that was perpetrated upon the reflecting pool.
When they
Yeah.
repainted it.
Yeah.
No,
And then drove
the
on it.
vehicles they drove across it.
Yeah. I get
They
the
tore up
turn you
what
guys
was
are working.
working not so great and replaced it with something that just didn't work.
Yeah.
Promised to cost about a quarter of what it ended up costing, and since they effed it up so bad in the process, it's still going to cost double what it has currently.
Yeah.
And again, this is done by someone that was not actually properly bid in to do the job.
Right.
Did not carry the proper certifications to do the job and didn't follow all the rules. They were just called by the Yahoo in charge.
I got a guy.
Yes, even yes. I heard a very terrible joke yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell it to you.
Okay.
Trump was trying to get bidding for fixing something. So he asked the company from China, and China said $3 million to do it for all this stuff.
Okay.
It's $1 million for this, $1 million for that, and my profit. He asked, guy from France, the company from France was like $5 million. All of this and our profit. Then he turned and he asked the company from Russia. Russia's like $10 million. And Trump's like, huh. He's like, yeah. We pay the guy from China to do the job, and then we split the rest.
Okay.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. Nice. Okay. That works.
I thought it was terrible.
I have to say, it sounds like you're just putting me on.
Well,
Oh.
of course, the other big thing that's been in the news this week is ICE has killed another person.
Yeah.
And the guy, the officer, the offending officer, has been a lot of information has come out about this guy.
Okay.
He's an ex-cop. He's ex-military.
Mm-hmm.
His first wife came forward almost immediately. She's the one who I think publicly identified that he was the shooter.
Oh, good.
She came out immediately and said he is a violent and dangerous man who is, not a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
She recounted how he'd been violent to her, how he had threatened her. They'd been together since they were 13.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows him well.
Yeah.
They even played, and this is on NPR, they even played a clip of a voicemail message where at the end of it that she kept, where at the end of it, he said that all the women in her family should have their throats slit.
Ooh.
He then said, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying it should happen.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, dude. That does not count as covering your ass.
No, not really. No. So after the shooting, he called her and said, there's going to be a lot of press about me. Don't speak bad. To which she said, I'm not going to lie for you. Did you shoot him? He said, yes, I did it. Please don't tell anyone. She said, I'm not going to lie for you. And then I don't know which outlet she called first, but she was on NPR. So then and one of the things she brought up was that he'd been violent towards their daughter. He had thrown her through a glass coffee table.
Oh.
So then his second wife came forward.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I have to say one thing about the glass coffee table. It's absolutely terrible. Should not have happened. But going through one of those is not exactly hard.
No, not hard. Bad, but not hard.
Yeah. I don't mean to be downplaying what happens. Just...
No, not at all. I see exactly what you're saying. And having experiences of people falling through glass coffee tables before.
It is fragile.
Easy.
It is known that it will make big chunks of sharp glass, and that is not something you throw anybody, but especially not your child, into or near.
Right. So then,
sorry to derail.
No, that's okay. So then his second wife, his second ex-wife came forward.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much corroborating all of it, saying, yeah, he was like that with us, too.
Okay.
I've got two. Do we hear three? Do we hear three? I've got two. Do we hear three?
Right? I'm waiting for a third. So, yeah, he's pretty screwed.
No, it's not.
Not yet.
Well, I mean...
Wait till he gets to prison.
What?
Prison? Him?
Huh?
I know. He's not gonna face any charges for this, and if he does, he'll get exonerated by the president and blah blah blah.
No.
He's going to prison for something.
If he does, the thing is when he does go to prison, this plus his previous professions are going to ensure that he is in solitary for his own safety. So he won't get screwed then either.
You say that like they don't let people up into solitary.
I say that like I know nothing about it, and I am pretending to not know anything about it, and we're going to leave it at that.
You say that like solitary is safe. I've known people who were in solitary for their own protection and had people, and guards went, nope, this guy's going to come in there with you for 20 minutes while we turn the cameras off.
Epstein, Party of One.
Right?
I just realized something.
What's that?
Yes.
I am 100% in favor of ICE detention centers.
Okay.
Places to put the ICE agents.
I can get behind that. A place to detain all of the ICE agents.
Yep.
All the way from the top down. Now,
yep. So this has caused some...
I have to say...
Oh.
Yeah.
There are going to be people in that agency who are not involved in this branch of this BS. And who are there to try to do a good thing. They're going to catch splash damage, and I'm sorry.
I mean, not all hashtag not all cops, but so many
Not even.
cops that I can't trust any of them. And
I'm not
ICE
even saying
agents as
the ones that
well.
would classify as cops.
No,
I mean,
I
how many
know.
desk workers do you have who are working on trying to track illegal or dangerous goods coming in? Thus, the customs enforcement.
I know. I know. There is some measure of what they some small measure of what they do that's important.
Mhm. I heard a really good um, definition for why this was pertaining specifically to why women get upset when guys go, well, not all men. And the I think analogy is the word that I'm looking for. I
Mm.
am tired. I could have the wrong word entirely. But what it was is, and it was brought up by a guy in the group that was talking, was if you handle guns, you're taught to treat every gun as if it's loaded until you can verify. And
Right.
that's all women are doing, is treating every
Every
guy as if he's loaded until
until
it can be verified.
right.
Which would go the same with everybody dealing with the cops and everybody dealing with ICE.
Uh,
Yes.
you don't know if you can trust that ICE agent or that cop or that man or that white person until you can verify that they are safe.
Hmm?
And even then, they still have the ability to be not safe. They're still incredibly dangerous. Just not at the moment, and they're not pointed at you.
Mm.
Doesn't mean that they
So,
can't be pointed at you and become incredibly dangerous.
yeah. Hopefully the few decent people that are actually taking care of the customs things and are actually trying to stop stupid stuff from happening. Hopefully, they've got enough of a paper trail that when the splash damage happens, they can hold up their paper trail as an umbrella and be at least somewhat sheltered.
I mean, hopefully. Hopefully. You know, I'm sort of the mindset that, like, quit the agency until it changes. If you can see what damage it's doing, get out of there.
Mm,
Being one of the good Nazis still means you've been one of the Nazis.
this is true.
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to clarify that ICE, as an overarching agency with all of the things that it covers, is not the Nazi Party.
No, no, no,
The
no. It's
active ICE agents that are doing all this stuff and the people who are supporting them directly and indirectly are.
well, okay.
Like, there were people in the German government who were trying to keep things on the rails and keep it from going as badly as it did and mitigate damage, who were not part of the Nazi Party.
I yes, yeah, but they quickly got replaced, which
Mm-hmm.
is what has been going on in ICE. In
Yeah.
you know, and I'm sure that there are people who don't feel the same way who work at ICE who are doing some of the more administrative or doing some of the more customsy stuff, and they're just keeping their heads down. But by
Yeah.
doing that, they're still enabling this, what has become a malicious force. You know, if they are not actively gathering information for whistleblowing, if they're not, actively trying to do something to help take this down from the inside, they're just enabling it to continue to function.
Problem is with the customs enforcement, they're also the branch of the government that tries to deal with and stop human trafficking, drug, and
Yeah.
weapons smuggling.
Yep. All bad things. All things that I feel like should have somebody taking care of it. But I don't trust this agency. I do not trust this agency to handle those things. Just wait till this agency figures out that those things can be revenue streams and resource streams for them.
Mm.
So I'm trying to remember what the heck the agency was called in the 80s and 90s before it was renamed to Immigrations and
Border
Customs.
Patrol?
No,
I think it
that's
was
a.
just customs.
You remember there would be the occasion, like in
I
it
know what
happened
you're
so
talking
often
about.
in like movies based in New York where there'd be a raid on some shop for illegal workers. They would shout their name,
Okay,
and I can't remember what that name was. It was just it was an acronym, not an acronym. It was just a string of letters.
right. Like
INS,
DEA.
Immigration and Naturalization, was the first.
Ah. Also, a lot of these were under different agencies at the times. ICE has become an umbrella agency, a very large
Yeah.
umbrella agency that to consolidate a whole lot of these homeland security mini agencies.
All right. So before it got consolidated together in 2003, it was INS, Immigration and Naturalization Service, and U.S. Customs. And then they got brought together and lumped together under the umbrella of ICE.
There you go. INS is probably what you're thinking of.
Yep.
Achoo!
You
Pardon
might
me.
have also heard, because customs also had border protection in their name occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard CPB,
Customs and Border Patrol or Border Protection.
border protection specifically.
Um, and they didn't. They worked with the DEA and the ATF.
Mm-hmm.
And now they tell them to just piss off.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I think the DEA and the ATF have pretty much been gutted. I haven't heard anything from them over the past few years.
Mm.
Well, that's because 90% of their funding, granted, that is a made up number,
Right.
exaggerating, has
Hyperbolic.
been taken over by ICE.
I'm
Yes,
thinking that
hyperbolic.
I'm thinking that they've sort of been folded into ICE in general. You know, and a lot of the drug enforcement stuff has been left to local authorities, to the municipal and state branches of enforcement.
Mm.
Other thing in the news was what, 2 days ago? Donnie's rambling speech in prime time where he said we can't be trusted with our votes.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, the whole yeah, he's uh trying to sow doubt in the voting system again. By the way, early voting
Oh,
for primaries in Virginia is open. Um
trying to do all that while his own Department of Justice sits there and proved and released evidence that there was no voting fraud on behalf of the 2020 election.
right. Uh
And they're inviting all of the Republicans that are all upset about it and saying, swearing there was voting fraud, to give up their seats that they won in 2020.
nice.
If there was voting fraud, that means you are in office fraudulently.
Um yeah, there's been a lot of he's issued new guidance for how states are to run uh their elections.
Mm-hmm.
And he's threatened to withhold funding. I guess it's Homeland Security funding, something like that, for states if they don't do if they don't.
Well, that's fine. That means the states can't cut the ICE agents their checks.
Well, the states aren't anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but the states do foot part of the bill for the local federal government agencies in their jurisdiction.
Fair.
Just not ICE. ICE is Trump's own paid army.
Yeah.
Therein is the difference. Um so yeah, he's threatened to withhold the money if they don't switch to this more cumbersome and costly vote auditing system.
Which is also illegal because it requires the vote to be audited by the federal government.
Right.
And in the articles of the Constitution, even before you get to the amendments, the voting is to be handled by the states.
Right.
Yep.
And another part of this is so there was an irregularity in voter rolls in some state. I can't remember what state it was now, and it was a whole bunch of names were a whole bunch of non-citizens were had been submitted on the voter rolls and were caught by the election officials doing the pre-voter auditing. They hadn't even
Mm-hmm.
been registered. They were pending for their registration or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the DOJ came in and seized those records, and now Trump is pulling them out, saying, "See, there were like 1,200 of these illegal aliens registered to vote,
They were
No, that we're trying.
but were successfully stopped by our
Mm-hmm.
system that successfully works successfully."
Yeah.
I just dropped that
I mean,
joint in the cat's water dish.
no, no.
It has
That's the
been
extra spicy catnip.
it has been like this for 2 days for me. Starting when I woke up yesterday, I just things have been malfunctioning. Things have been just not wanting to work right. It's been just little things, and it's just been exhausting. Down to I can't hear the background music. By the way, I like. I don't know if you guys can hear it on Twitch, but I can't hear it. I'm guessing that it's at a fine level that you can hear our conversation because nobody said anything.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my audio. Anything?
No.
Yeah, I can't hear I can't hear what's coming from. Can you hear music now?
As the stream steadily devolves into a Verizon commercial.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that means that. All right, I'm gonna leave it at about that. I'm guessing at the level by what I'm seeing on the little level monitor on Streamlabs.
Mm.
I'm guessing that Streamlabs is it's not. I don't know. I don't know why I can't hear Streamlabs. I'm gonna have to after stream. I'm gonna have to figure it out. So yeah, it's been like that for the last couple of days. Just stuff going wrong.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Such is life.
Well, whenever things get like that for me, well, actually, usually it's when I feel cruddy. I just remember West Side Story in my specific version of a song.
I am concerned.
I feel shitty. Oh,
Ah.
so shitty. It's a pity how shitty I feel.
I was wondering where you were gonna go. I knew it was gonna be that song. For some reason, I knew it was gonna be that.
Well, I don't really know any other songs from West Side Story.
When you're a jet from your first cigarette to your last dying day. Um, what?
Is that because I don't know any other West Side Stories or because he started singing?
Um, but yeah, I I occasionally sing the original version of that to myself when I'm feeling really good. Because I do. I feel pretty, oh so pretty, and witty and gay. This is supposed to be a chat, not a sing. So,
You're in the wrong spot if that's what you think this is going to do.
Ah, yes.
um,
Yes, there's a new channel, the sing along. Follow the bouncing bong.
seriously, when I get around to editing the channel some,
Yeah.
I am gonna put in a sing along redeem where I have to try and sing along with whatever song's playing.
Ah.
Yep.
Which is going to make no sense to me since I'm never hearing the Twitch side of it.
Well,
No, it may not make sense to you, but it'll be hilarious for everybody else.
oh, on the DJ. Oh, well, on the DJTS 1308 channel because that's where it's gonna be. It's not gonna be on this channel.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be over there, and I don't do that through Discord, so you'd be hearing the Twitch side of it anyway.
True.
What's going to make it interesting is I play a lot of music that doesn't have vocals in it. So I'm like,
This means you're gonna have to get real good with kazoo.
gonna have to get a kazoo.
This can be easily arranged.
What is it? The wooden noise thing?
Yes, the wildly wacky wooden noise thing.
Remember that for it to be effective with a sing along, it needs to be powered by my voice.
Kazoo, it'll work.
Kazoo will work.
It's
No,
better than
I'm
the
also
bagpipes that I'm plotting for Alex's birthday.
I'm also capable of acapella techno. I am capable of imitating the the sounds.
AKA beatboxing.
Yeah.
Sort of.
No, he's completely right.
What? Darn it! What the heck is the name of that instrument?
I don't know what the name of the instrument is. No.
The it's got a keyboard. It's powered by your breath, and people usually talk/sing into it while they're playing it.
It's not always
Oh.
powered by a keyboard. You're thinking about a talk box, and they also go through guitars and other musical instruments. But yes, they are when
Well, yes, no, that's not exactly what I was
or are you
talking about.
going for the vocoder?
The vocoder,
The
the thing that looks like a
vocoder,
child's toy.
huh?
The thing that looks like a child's toy.
So the vocoder isn't exactly powered by your voice. What it is it's a sampler. It's a sampler that then connects to the keys.
No, this thing isn't a microphone. It's a tube that you breathe/sing
That's a
into.
talk box. Now, people have integrated the talk box into a vocoder. So there is something that you are talking about that works like that. But the talk box was originally a standalone guitar pedal.
Pedal. Okay.
Yeah, pedal, stomp box. You turned it on with your foot. And it's got a little button you press with your foot to turn it on. Oh, you're talking about a melodica?
Yeah,
Oh.
that is exactly. Sorry, Darth. I was in another window trying to look things up, so I couldn't see your stuff in chat. I am sorry.
Okay. Melodica is
Oh, yes.
okay. See, if you're not, you can get in the Discord chat and talk to us there, Darth Dragonis. You know you can do that. And
But
then
where's
you
the fun in that?
have to wait for me to look at Twitch chat.
Well, usually there are two others of us that are looking at Twitch chat to pay attention as well. I very specifically had another browser window covering up Twitch. I mean, I should have a Twitch separate from browser and have it covering up Discord, since there isn't anything visual going on in there.
tried to do everything at once. I can't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's almost as bad as me trying to do anything at once. I can't do it at all.
right?
Walking and chewing bubblegum? Sorcery is this.
I'm trying to remember what a melodica sounds like, and I've got nothing. I've heard the word before. I'm sure I've seen one, but I don't. It like.
And no, it's. I don't think people actually talk fast sing into it. They do just blow into it. So it wouldn't
Oh,
quite count.
okay. I mean, you can talk sing into a lot of things that you blow into.
Oh, really?
Where's this going, Trev? For instance, Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull developed a method of talk singing through his flute that became popular in rock and roll flute, and I hear other people doing now. So,
I know it happens, and it's semi-common, at least to sample it. But still, hearing the term rock and roll flute
yep.
just doesn't seem right.
It still sits a little weird, but, you know, fact that Jethro Tull is one of my favorite bands. You know, rock and roll and flute have been together for me for a long time. Another one for you to work on though is hip hop flute. Hip hop flute is a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I could see
Dark
that.
and Cat dropped melodica videos.
Okay, I'm not gonna click on it because I'm not gonna hear it. Because like I said, can't hear anything that through Streamlabs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's fair, but it's there for you to go back and see later.
sure, sure. Um,
Let's see. Let's see. We talked about the thing there. We've talked about the wildfires.
closing Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah.
That's sort of
They had
quietly
announced
happening.
they had announced in June that it would be closing, but as of this past weekend, it is officially closed.
Yep. Now, all of this is a part is part of a campaign for what's his name uh to take ice more underground, make it a lot quieter. Um,
Supposedly, although the closing in Florida, I cannot pronounce the name of the tribe,
yeah.
but they are specifically taking credit for it because of the wetlands and tribal lands
Well,
that it was messing with.
that's good. That's good.
While they are taking credit for it, and I am willing to give them every ounce of credit, every other news story is neglecting to mention them. And I find that rather piss poor.
Well, yeah. It yeah, that follows the trend of silencing those voices you know, it during even when they're effective,
Mm-hmm.
trying to silence them, trying to take them out of the media.
Yep.
There is, however, there is also another thing worth thinking about here,
Mm-hmm.
which is that there is this campaign by ICE to quiet down.
To become more of the secret police that they were designed to be, and less of the blazing
Yep.
white helmeted stormtrooper that you can see coming from 17 miles away.
Yep. And it had been sort of working. ICE had dropped out of the news for a while there. The
Until they
arrest
did
numbers
work.
were still up,
Mm-hmm.
but it
They were
wasn't.
in Greene County last week before.
Arrest numbers were still up, but we weren't hearing the headlines so much. And I don't
Yeah.
know if people were still protesting because there
Oh
weren't
yeah.
these huge pushes of ICE, you know, for people to get in the way of. ICE was moving a lot more quietly, so you had to be there in the moment to do or say something about it.
Um,
They also weren't openly targeting areas, cities.
no, they weren't doing the citywide malarkey.
Right.
There are still protests. There are still people that are following the cars and flagging them, and there are certain social media groups where they're posting alerts so that everybody can show up and be annoying,
Mm. Good. Good.
which is how I know that ICE was in Greene County last week and the week before.
Okay. So yes,
Um,
this is good to still be taking part in this, doing these things, tracking
it's,
them.
it is still happening, but because it is on a much smaller scale, and ICE themselves are not making all of the big, we're going to get you, we're going to clean out your town because the mayor does not have any idea how to handle their town and is so corrupt and blah, 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 blah. You know, yeah, there's less publicity for it, but it's still happening.
So, uh,
And a lot of the detention centers, you'll still have a fair number of Kermit's Crusaders.
Yep.
okay. Um, so this move to be more covert drew fire from the president this last week,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun to watch the director stand up for himself and say, "No, no, sir." Publicly, this was something he'd said in his speech was, "We are trying to keep the heat up but turn down the boil,"
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, something to that effect, um, to try and convince the president that this new quieter look is better.
I'm sorry. He's trying to convince a man that screams when he's trying to be polite, let alone when he's not.
I mean, yeah.
And to convince a
Oh,
man who had a very loud pissing and moaning match about a pink frog.
yep, yep.
On the other hand, this is one of the few people who has a record of being able to speak some measure of truth to the president in a way that will appeal to the president's sensitivity to public image.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what this person's name is, but they obviously legally had it changed from Grima Wormtongue.
Right. Well, one of a few Grima worm tongues. The nomination for the Attorney General is another one of these people who has a history of being able to speak to Trump in a more honest manner because he's also everything he says to Trump is for Trump's benefit. He's able to say, maybe we shouldn't take this legal strategy because it won't work, but there's this other thing that we can do. What I've noticed is for these people to be able to speak to Trump like that, what they have to do is, and what they are doing is couching it in some sort of this is how you win sort of language.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it easier for Trump to feel like he's winning.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's not the thing that Trump wanted to do.
Yeah.
On the subject of bad names for people, I love a joke that someone said, and I will gladly take it and share it, about the replacement for Lindsey Graham being his sister. Now, they said, since she was put in as his replacement so quickly, her new name is Instagram.
Ow!
I mean, they're not wrong. She got sworn in by that Speaker of the House before
Instagram.
before that man's funeral had even properly been had. While the representative from Arizona sat there for 50-something days waiting to get sworn in. I was like, yeah, Instagram is good one. I like that.
As far as I'm concerned, she's just another graham cracker.
I mean, yeah.
Well, maybe we should just throw some water on her, see if she crumbles.
10-1, her spine will.
Yeah.
She has one?
It's graham cracker crust.
I thought all those vertebrae got crushed by bending over backwards.
Oh, good. Good.
Let's see. Speaking of people getting crushed and bending over backwards, we had a judge rule against and vacate the IRS deal and settlement that Trump did.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. So that happened very early this week.
Okay.
He wrote a 20-something, it's either 20-something or 30-something page order on why this is not happening. and overturning it and dumping it out. And then on top of that, referred at least 2 of the lawyers on Trump's side to the bar for prosecution for ethics violations, among other things.
Wow.
One of the main points on which he overturned it is the fact that as president, Trump cannot sue.
Himself.
While he is president, Trump cannot sue and separate himself from the office of president, especially when he is suing effectively his own arm of the justice branch.
I mean, yes, we know this.
That's what was cited, and it's like, no, you can't do that. This is no, because they work for you. There is no actual intangibility, no actual stressors here. You may dislike what they did, but you can't sue them over it. This is vacated, and your lawyers that let you go this far, they're going to the bar.
Well, one of them might be Attorney General soon, so we'll see how that goes.
That depends. I mean, they get enough. They get enough stuff. Then, if they have enough slime spread about, then maybe Trump won't want them to take that job, because then he would look bad.
Maybe,
Has
but
he
this
seen
guy's
a mirror?
so loyal. This guy's been so loyal that this isn't gonna. No, Trump's gonna go to bat for this guy, especially because it's, as far as Trump can see, not gonna cost him political capital.
It might.
I said as far as Trump can see.
Yeah. But he's had several.
I mean, he's dumped several lawyers before, but remember how long he went to bat for oh God, what's his name? Former New York mayor.
Giuliani?
Yeah. Look how long he went to bat for Giuliani.
True. True. Let's see.
It wasn't until Giuliani was starting to cost him political capital that he dumped him.
Mm.
So, I do want to read Darth Dragonis's joke real quick.
Okay.
I heard Freedom 250 was so bad that Lindsey Graham died of embarrassment.
You know, I like that joke, but there's a good portion of it that is entirely unbelievable.
Huh?
Is if he was
Lindsey
able to
Graham would be
die
embarrassed of
that, he would have
anything.
died of embarrassment from his current president.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Moving right along.
Let's see. We briefly touched last week on how he had not been paying E. Jean Carroll and how that was still in court.
Yeah.
And supposedly he was forced to finally pay this week.
Sure. We think he'll have paid?
He's been doing everything he can to take away from that particular story, so he may have had to pay.
Wow.
Now the question is, how did he pay? My thought is he paid out of the slush fund before it got nullified.
Oh,
He may very well have done that.
that's entirely possible. They can start taking assets if he doesn't. I'm going with yeah. He probably did pay out of the slush fund just to make it go away and to get whatever use he could out of the slush fund before they took it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MAGA will pay for it all. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Um,
So will the rest of us.
Yeah.
huh?
Unfortunately, so will the rest of us.
Mm, yes. And we are and have been paying for it. Um, Tariffs and then the war in Iran and the spike in gas prices. Affordability does seem to be uh, on the uh, on the list here uh, for the upcoming midterms.
Mm-hmm.
High on the agenda of the voters. Um,
I mean, I can't blame voters. I'm kind of right there with them.
right?
I mean, I'd like to be able to look at a candy bar without having to think about rent.
Yes.
Agreed. It feels like a financially poor decision that now is the time when I chose to start traveling more to go visit my people.
Yeah.
However, I'd rather make a financially poor decision that is really good for my soul.
Exactly.
Um so yeah, I don't mind the extra cost of it, but I see where affordability is becoming front and center for a lot of the voter base.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially uh, when groceries are at such a high cost.
Yes.
Uh, it's wage growth has been occurring, but it has been very very slow. While the
Which bracket
inflation,
you're looking at,
huh? What?
depending on which bracket you're looking at.
Yes, yes, very true. Um, the cost of living has been rising quickly. However, uh, so that the the inflation is being felt keenly by much of the voter base, and that is gonna be what plays into. My prediction is that's gonna be what plays into voting. I think we are back to it's the economy, stupid era. We had
Yeah.
we had briefly left that era, and Trump was able to play on social issue fears um, for the past decade or so. Uh,
Social issue fears and promises that those of us who can think for ourselves knew were absolute lies about affordability and saving the economy.
Yeah, I mean, there was some economy stuff in there, and he was able to lie and say, you know, oh, okay, well, one of the things he played on is that the economy wasn't improving for the lowest half
Yeah.
uh, nearly as quickly as it was improving for people above that median line. And even then, the economy wasn't improving for those people near as quickly as it was for the upper class. But the economy was improving and got to a steady place where social fears could be played upon. And during his first administration, he played on social fears. He promised economy, but then he played on social fears. And in this last one, he ran on social issues. I mean, that's very much what he ran on in this last election was
There's also a lot about affordability and housing that he constantly said. And then 3 days after he got into office, he quite literally said affordability is a hoax.
I mean, I don't remember him running on affordability so much or housing. I don't remember. I don't remember him running so much on economy. I remember him dragging Biden's economy. He's always dragged the economy of whoever came before him. And he's always said, but I will fix it. But he doesn't then run on economy. He then talks about the social stuff.
Well, that's the thing. He turned affordability and housing from an economic issue into a social issue,
I mean, yeah, he did. He
or
did.
he tried to, and made promises according to such. And as most people, I can't say that, as a lot of people who I believe can actually think for themselves realized he was lying.
Right. There were a lot of us who saw the lie for what it was. There are a lot of us who see the lies.
Unfortunately, not enough of us.
I mean, yeah. 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 I don't disagree with that.
And while I still think a sizable minority account for his voter base, there was enough overall disinterest and dissatisfaction that enough people who would have voted against him didn't even show up.
Yeah, I worry that that's the direction we're headed in again. Cuz the other side of the Democratic base is fired up. But I think a lot of the more peripheral of the party and people who consider themselves Democrats are feeling very fatigued and very let down by their own party. Uh, and I think
Hmm.
that if the Democratic Party doesn't run some candidates who can survive vetting.
It's not just people on the fringes of the Democratic Party. It's a lot of people like myself who would consider themselves mostly moderate and more towards the middle, who are just thoroughly disenfranchised with the system.
I mean,
And while I can't blame them, I also have to point out you, you have to participate.
right.
I am a firm believer in voting is the affirmation and recertification of your right to bitch about the outcome.
And as we have said on this channel before, you have to take part at every level. For instance, the primaries in Virginia. Coming up shortly. Early voting is open. So if you know what candidate you want to see go forward, go vote in your primary now. I do not yet. So I don't know who I want to vote for just yet. And I don't want to go into the primary and go, I don't know. They've got a cool name. They're a Democrat and they've got a cool name. I'll vote for them. Voting in primaries is how we avoid things like Spamberger being our governor. Voting in primaries is how we could have kept her in Washington, where she would have done the most good. Just saying. So, that being said, we should probably at some point research uh, who the candidates in the primaries are.
Hmm. That would probably be a good idea.
And see who we want to move forward.
Hmm.
Let us on the show uh, concentrate on statewide and national races, not so much the locals. Even though we should individually do some research on the locals. It's just that we're all in different, well, not all of us. You guys are in a different locality than me.
Hmm.
And our other local listeners are in other localities than us.
This is true.
Yeah. So, yeah, let us. We should probably look into that next week.
Hmm.
Does that give you time to do some research?
Maybe next week, maybe the week after. It depends on how badly my week blows up.
Let's schedule it for a week after.
Yeah.
What day is that?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Also, what day are the primaries?
Um.
Not a clue.
Week after is August 1st.
Mhm.
I think the primaries are in September.
Depends on where you are. I know that. Let's see, hang on. See.
If the
There we go.
primaries are late enough,
They're August 4th.
crap. Okay.
August, September, October, November. That makes sense because they've got to have it a couple months before the actual election.
Yeah. So, uh, do we have time? Does that give us time to do the research for next week? Darth Dragonis, can you and Kat split research?
We can try. Let's see. Primary elections, Senate representatives, local offices. All right. So you can vote now through the 1st.
Or on the 4th?
Or on the 4th. Let's see. And then in November, we have Senate, House, District 20 special election, local offices, and 3 different proposed constitutional amendments.
Okay.
Yes. I think I can get some of that research done. I'm going to have to poke at you tomorrow for what I'm specifically researching. Because
for a
I have
week's
been
worth of time. A week of time.
Okay.
Darth Dragonis asked, "Did you just ask if I can research with a few weeks of time?" And it's with 1 week of time.
Yes. Research this week so we have something to talk about next week. Next Saturday.
Well, not just so that we have something, but so that we talk about it with enough time for then for us to go vote early in the primary. Yeah, I know. What did I do last time with 45 minutes?
I don't know. I was probably asleep by that point.
No, it was. I don't remember. It was a Thursday show. And I asked him to research. What? Like the history of China or something? Don't ask me. I just lurk here. Oh, it was some. I asked him for some very ridiculous, you know, huge assignment. I gave him a huge research assignment, expecting not a lot, expecting some bullet points that I could then talk about. 1,600 years to go through. History of food in India. That's right. It was food in India. 1,600 years to go through, 45 minutes, and he gives me an exhaustive essay. Well, not exhaustive. He gives me a good, solid essay. So, yeah.
Did you call the cops?
Wrong kind, dear.
Uh, so yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I guess you guys have your assignments. um, do we have who's listed as candidates in the elections for state and national seats?
Let's see. I don't know about national. Let's see. Hang on.
So the Virginia Democratic primary for the 5th District has 3 participants for the House of Representatives in the 5th District. That is Rob W. Krasinski, Susan K. That is a Polish last name if I've ever seen one.
Mm.
Krzyanowski.
Kronowski.
So KRZYZA is just pronounced Kra, so it could just be CRA.
Krasnowski, yes.
Krasnowski.
Hmm?
What does he's before the A? And then Tom Perello.
Aha. That's the guy for Charlottesville. Or whatever. Perriello.
Perriello.
Perriello, sorry.
I'm trying to remember if I like Perriello or not.
He's
The
a
thing that I
dentist.
find quite humorous and mildly frightening is they've got a shortening for Rob and Suzanne. Rob is, quote, T-ski or T-ski, and Suzanne is Dr. K.
Okay. Let's see. That's that.
What do you mean, rob me twice? No thanks. Is that? Oh, was that Krasnowski?
Hmm.
Rob Krasnowski?
No, that's Suzanne Krasnowski.
Who was
Who's Dr.
Rob?
K?
Krasinski.
Right. Right. Gotcha. I'm there now. Hi, I'm Trev. I'm late to the party.
I just don't get it, so. The thing is, that's on the Democratic primary. Meanwhile, the Republican primary has 2 candidates for the 5th District House of Representatives and 3 candidates for the Senate seat.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that there is no candidate from the Democratic Party for the Senate seat? Or there's only one candidate?
Probably that there's only one candidate.
Hmm.
Because if there's only one candidate that qualified, they don't hold the primary election. There's no reason.
That tracks. I feel like. I really do feel like. I don't know. I feel like there ought to be some option. I wish somebody had qualified to be an option. Because it doesn't feel like a choice if we don't get a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, pardon me. That's in the 5th district, which is where you guys are voting from, right?
Mm. Yeah.
I'm not sure where I'm voting from, what district I'm in. And the other thing is, don't House and Senates have different districts?
Mm-hmm.
The Senate has 2 representatives from the state, period.
Oh, that's right. The House has districts in the state. So I'm not sure who my House options are. Also, this may. Oh no, this is definitely a Senate year because there's the primary for a Senate. There's a Republican primary for a senator. Okay, sorry.
Let's see the candidates that we've got for the 11th congressional seat: Kiggins, Whitman, Walkenosh, Sternoff, McClellan. Yeah, there's several for that seat.
Oh wow. So in my area, there's a bunch.
So
I am glad to be part of the drunken district.
What?
I said I'm glad to be voting as part of the drunken district.
The
The
drunken.
fifth.
uh-huh.
I was gonna call it the silent district.
Mm-hmm.
I plead the
The
fifth.
silent.
Mm-hmm.
I
Let's
plead.
see.
That just proves that the president has not read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights
Mm,
because he's never pled the fifth. He is always proudly self-incriminated.
right.
This is true. Unfortunately, this is true. The man that had a special Bible made up and signed that had all of that stuff in there, and he never read any word of it. Ever. At all.
Well, I'm pretty certain that he has read the word "the" a couple of times in his lifetime, but not from that book.
Well, Darth Dragonis. That's why it's better than the first 7 districts. It's a.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 8th.
Okay.
Damn it, we're going to drugs again with all those infractions.
Infractions. Ah. I knew I was forgetting that joke. I was like, I know he had a good one recently. I was trying
That's
to remember
okay.
it.
I sent you the joke. I even put it in picture form so it'd be easier to remember. As terrible as that sounds, it is what I did.
Well, see, the problem is when you put things in fractions, I just feel fractured but whole.
Mm-hmm.
See, Darth Dragonis, I did
Okay.
it for you again.
Uh-huh.
I heard him laugh in the other room when you said fractions, and I think I knew what he was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
See, My problem is I'm dyslexic, so I get all heated up over all these infractions because I keep reading them as frictions.
Look, that's better than infarction.
Well,
It is.
if you're in friction too much, you can have an infarction.
This is true.
The first time was for me. The other time, as for the other times, is for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else has caught it yet. Nobody, I don't know. Like, nobody said anything. So I don't know if anybody's got there.
Okay, I'm not sure. I've lost the thread. I don't play sports ball. I'm not good at catching anything.
You'll next time I do it. Next time I do it, hopefully you'll catch it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
2 weeks ago, we were talking about being broken and coming back from it, and someone mentioned being fractured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it more than once a stream unless it absolutely fits in. Because I want I want it to be I want the
Or
huh
you want it to be organic and
yep
fit?
yep. I want it to be organic and hit, and I want it to hit hard enough that somebody else goes, "Ha! You just said dot dot dot."
Air.
See, you're yep.
Okay. Even though I believe it's being explained to me in plain English, I still do not understand.
So
What is the significance of that phrasing?
go ahead and say it out loud.
Aha. Something that has not happened to me unless I had some really backed up problems. As you can hear the light bulb clicking on over my head.
Yep. You there, Cat?
I'm here.
No, I mean, are you there with the gag?
Yes, but I am also trying really hard to stay awake for this conversation.
Okay.
I have unfortunately reached the outer edge of
of your energy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that Peanut Gallery has gotten it,
No, no, I have not. No, it is entirely intact.
crappy joke, man. Crappy joke.
But all of the more fun and entertaining ones are. Why do you think NPR goes for them so frequently?
Yeah. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Yep.
All right. Well, as we're losing you, and
Yep.
it is going on a couple of hours. I think we're gonna call it here. Before we sign off, what do we think's gonna be on the show tomorrow?
Definitely the pool. Definitely the IRS settlement.
The televised rambling speech of a senile old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the other big takeaways that I remember hearing from it, is that everybody thought it was proving there's no cognitive decline because there's no cognitive motion left.
Yeah.
It's
Whatever.
not decline. It's just nothing's going on.
It's decline in the way of the credit card has been declined.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Someone asked him what time it was, and that was enough to completely overdraw his balance for cognitive energy.
Yes.
Yes. Uh, the the ICE officer who did the shooting and how bad it looks for him.
That'll
Oh,
probably make it.
fires in
That's
Canada.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fires in Canada will probably make the speed round. Hey, Just Me Crystal. Much
Mm.
love.
Just time for the sign off.
Yup,
Yes.
pretty much. Uh, let's see. Uh,
Probably the new demands on voting by
yeah,
mail. That'll probably make it,
yeah,
along with the fact that the previous set of demands for voting by mail were already overturned and said no, you can't do that because it's supposed to stay in the state's hands.
right. Um,
Uh, the fact that the voting fraud was disproven by his own Justice Department, that might make it.
might, might,
I don't know. We have visual record of voting fraud.
In
We
in
have
the
visual
form,
record of him sending in a mail-in ballot. That is a fraud voting.
I was thinking more the possible ransom picture of McConnell.
oh, yeah, the proof of life picture. That was pretty funny.
The
Uh,
proof of life picture that looks so bad that it also looks partially doctored.
it looks so partially doctored and bad, it doesn't even look good enough to be AI. Like,
It looks
AI
like
pictures have gotten better than that.
crummy
Made it
crummy
in MS Paint.
Photoshop done by somebody that hasn't used Photoshop in 15 years.
Right.
No, they did
MS
in MS.
Paint. MS Paint. Yes, exactly. Oh, God. It just. Which makes me think it's real, honestly. Because, like, they've proven they can use AI.
But they've also proven that after being whacked over the head with a newspaper enough times, they will eventually start learning how to do things better.
I mean, yes, but also I really do think they would have done a better job if it was fake. Just because
I
Right?
think
okay. Also, I feel like he can't help it that when his picture is taken with a digital camera like that, it reverts to 1980s, 90s, or early 2000s MS Paint, bad Photoshop. Like it looks at him and goes, "Oh, you're just a bad Photoshop of a human being."
so. Two things. They can learn how to do something better. Unfortunately, I think we need to bring Invader Zim in on that one for worse or better.
Better.
And secondly, it has to be done with a digital camera because they don't use mirrors, and vampires don't throw up on mirrors.
Right. But
Which nicely
turtles
ties
do.
in with what I was about to say.
But turtles do show up on mirrors.
He's not a turtle.
He's a demon turtle.
He's a turd.
Yes.
He's
He's
a
a turd from
Moscow.
hell, so turd hell.
Yeah, he's a Moscow turd hell.
Um, there, to go along with that particular picture that was officially released, someone that was much better with Photoshop than they are
Mm-hmm.
added the robes and the weird wig from the vampire movie and captioned it how he had crossed oceans of time to prove that he's still alive.
Yes, they made him look like Gary Oldman from Dracula.
As somebody who has been compared to Gary Oldman from Dracula in a positive way, I resent this.
We're talking about the one before he got his drinking while he was still in the castle.
Yeah, that's the one I thought they were comparing me to as well when they said, "Oh, you remind me of Gary Oldman in Dracula." I'm like,
Ah,
I'm pretty
"Are
sure
you
they were
sure that's
referring
a
to you
compliment?"
as the one on the streets of London.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure they were referring to you as the Gary Oldman on the streets of London.
I mean, yeah, I think they were, but like that wasn't the one that came to mind immediately. Are you sure that's a compliment? Yeah, Gary Oldman in the second half of the movie. Oh, okay.
mm-hmm.
Ouch. Oh, that's terrible.
What?
Oh.
Does that mean as you grow older, Mitch McConnell is what you have to look forward to?
No, because we will have to do things to Trevor before he reaches that point. We will save him from that fate. Are you okay there, Trevor?
As someone who's been compared to Gary Oldman in Tippy Toes, I don't know how to feel,
Okay.
says Darth Dragonis. Thing is no, I don't. I'm not aging into Gary Oldman. I'm aging into Jack Nicholson.
Ah. Okay.
Well, you've already aged past Zorg. Jean Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg. Gary Oldman in The Fifth
No, I'm
Element.
glaring at you through Twitch, saying that I have aged past Zorg.
Dude, they put so much
I don't know
effort
how to
into making
feel
him look
about
younger
that.
in that role.
I just don't know how to feel about that now. Telling me I've aged past Zorg.
This is going to be a thing
I
for the next
think
4 or
I'm
5.
going to have to take exception to that. I do believe I could still look like Zorg if I wanted to. Am I anywhere close with the voice? I'm
No.
operating off of deep memory here. No. Okay. Yeah, I need to see it again so I can hear the voice. So I can
It, it
work
Yeah.
on
was
it.
it was much more of a toned down, trying to hide Texan accent.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I remember it
Texas.
as.
And it had the bit of the lisp. He had a bit of a lisp.
It sounded
Toned down.
toned down as if he was trying to hide it.
Toned down Texas accent. Was it, but it was, I remember it being high pitched.
Only when he screamed, which he did a couple of times.
Zorg. John Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
That sounds closer.
I'm trying to remember a line, one of his lines. Again, I haven't seen it in forever.
Hmm.
0 stones, 0 crates. Where he's screaming 0 crates.
0 stones. 0 crates!
Oh.
0 crates! 0 stones. Is that a bit closer?
Mm.
If Maddie were here, she'd tell me it sounds like Elmer Fudd. 0 stones. 0 crates!
Unfortunately, that actually sounds closer.
What just went flying? My glasses. Crap. I can't see.
Okay, Velma.
I really was having a hard time telling what had like actually gone flying when I did that. It's like, what can I not see?
Many, many things without your glasses.
Again, I can't hear, so I won't be able to hear the YouTube clip till later.
This is okay. It's there for later.
You ask if it's okay. You haven't seen the first 4 elements, and all I can think of is someone who put the emblem from Avatar: The Last Airbender on their Honda Element.
Oh dear.
We are sort of. We've experienced some technical difficulties today, but we have managed through them. Airbender on a Honda Element. All right. Well,
On that note,
on that note, I think we are just about done. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for bearing with me with the technical issues. If Maddie were here, she'd tell me that sounds like Elmer Fudd doing an impression of Porky Pig.
Isn't it nice to know how well known and loved by your friends you are?
You know, yep. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Thank you, Darth Dragonis. Uh, Thank you, Chris in the 386. I believe that's everybody who was in chat. Thank you, all of you lurkers. Much love. Stick around for the raid. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, because they do say it around here. So, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. I'm out, y'all. We're out, y'all.
And the furniture's all been moved off to the sides, and there's a small oval table in the center with just 2 place settings. And I can see from my vantage point that the one closest to me says Director Comey. So suddenly I know it's a one-on-one, which was very concerning because of the norm that I described. The president arrives, we sit down, and he makes very clear right at the beginning that the purpose of this is for me, in essence, to ask for my job, which was bizarre because he had several times in previous conversations over the prior 3 weeks